Good morning, Your Honour. Buttrose E for Leo Custon and Associate Solicitors. Your Honour, I appear for Mr Rami Al-Qazi, seeking bail in respect to charges of kidnapping and causing serious injury, and attempting to pervert the course of justice. Mr Al-Qazi has been in remand for 10 days, and I will address the bail criteria, respond to the risks alleged by the prosecution, and submit suitable conditions that would mitigate these risks. We have a letter I'd like to formally tender from Mr Mubari's Awad. This letter is relevant and it supports Al-Qazi's good character and commitment to community values and our client's low likelihood of engaging in further unlawful behaviour. This letter also sets out that our client, Mr Al-Qazi, will have a job and accommodation made to him if bail is granted. Your Honour, the prosecution has no objection to the submission of this letter, giving further weight to its credibility. Rami has lived previously to his arrest at this residence and will be living in the self-contained space at the residence of Mr Mubari's Awad, who has agreed to confirm the arrangement for bail purposes. I've also made a referral to Court Link for bail support services, and that has been initiated, but further documentation is pending at this stage, Your Honour. Summary of the current situation, Your Honour. Charges and case context is that Mr Al-Qazi is a Lebanese national, is charged with kidnapping, assault and attempting to pervert the course of justice, allegedly involving a co-accused, Mr Imad Salih, and a victim, Kazim Osman. Mr Imad Salih is currently detained by police but has yet to be interviewed. Our client denies the kidnapping and assault charges but admits to bribing the informant and trying to escape police custody. Limited evidence supports the prosecution's case as injuries do not correspond with the alleged assault. There is no CCTV or mobile phone data and the weapon has not been recovered as yet, or not been recovered. Both of the accused have no prior records and the Crown Prosecutor has not authorised any additional charges. Our client has limited English proficiency and this necessitates a level 3 Arabic interpreter, which delays the police interviews and complicates the legal proceedings. Criminal charges do pose a threat to his immigration status, and Leo Cusson lawyers, our firm, must refer him to specialised migration law advice to mitigate potential visa cancellation risks. The legal test for bail, Your Honour, in considering the bail, I respectfully submit that the primary test is whether Mr Al-Qazi presents an unacceptable risk of failing to appear, endangering others, interfering with witnesses or committing further offences. It is our position, Your Honour, that Mr Qazi does not meet this threshold and any perceived risk can be appropriately managed with the proposed conditions of bail. The prosecution raises the concern about Mr Al-Qazi's alleged risk of reoffending and failure to appear, primarily due to the nature of the charges and his temporary visa status. While serious, the charges are denied by our client, Mr Al-Qazi, who asserts that he had a social relationship with the complainant, Qasim, and that he did not engage in any violent or coercive conduct. Mr Al-Qazi has never been involved with the criminal justice system, either here in Australia or Lebanon, his home country. He's demonstrated good character and is corroborated by his community ties. Furthermore, Your Honour, Mr Al-Qazi, the alleged offer of a bribe, as the prosecution characterises it, can be seen as a misunderstanding due to his limited English proficiency, his heightened stress levels at the time, and lack of being familiar with the Australian legal proceedings. Should Your Honour find any element of risk, we propose the following conditions to address these concerns efficiently. Supervision carried out by the Bail Services Program. The program has agreed to supervise Mr Al-Qazi, and their report has already been filed with the court, Your Honour. This ensures that Mr Al-Qazi will be subject to regular check-ins and strict oversight. In fact, our client has demonstrated consistent cooperation with authorities thus far. The reporting requirements are that Mr Al-Qazi is willing to report daily to the nearest police station, confirming his location and commitment to the court process. There is also a curfew and residence requirement. Mr Al-Qazi will reside at the premises of his uncle, Mr Mubariz Awad, who has provided a letter in affirming that he will support and monitor Mr Al-Qazi. Mr Awad's letter has been provided to the prosecution, which takes no issue with it being tendering it, and Mr Al-Qazi will observe a nightly curfew as an added precaution, Your Honour. Mr Al-Qazi will surrender his passport to the court, ensuring he remains within the jurisdiction. Additionally, he is prepared to comply with any order for restricted movement within the local area, thus securing attendance at any required appearance in court or at a police station. Your Honour, I respectfully submit that these conditions effectively mitigate any alleged risk associated with his release. At this time, Your Honour, Mr Al-Qazi has spent 10 days in remand. Should the matter proceed to trial, he could face further months in detention and awaiting a resolution, despite his plea of not guilty. This significant time already spent on remand, and given his lack of criminal record, would serious sentencing consideration should any would be a serious sentencing consideration should any matter untimely be proven. Moreover, if acquitted, this period would amount to undue and disproportionate hardship, especially as Mr Al-Qazi temporary visa status would likely complicate his access to service while detained. Just in conclusion, Your Honour, our client has previously worked as a doctor in Lebanon and sought asylum in Australia. He has been dealing with mental health issues and substance abuse, primarily cannabis, likely due to isolation and trauma. Financially, he is strained. Although he may qualify for legal aid, he does meet our criteria at Lego Cousin and Associates solicitors for us to work pro bono on his matter. In conclusion, Your Honour, Mr Al-Qazi's strong ties to the community, lack of prior record, willingness to comply with strict conditions collectively demonstrate that he does not present an unacceptable risk. The proposed bail conditions, including supervision by the Bail Service Program, which has agreed to his monitoring, further ensure his commitment to the court process. I respectfully ask that Your Honour grant bail with these conditions in place. We respectively ask the court's favourable consideration for this bail application. Thank you, Your Honour.